Hi guys, how are you? My name is Tiffany and you reached my channel. It's Tiffany's Life and I appreciate you guys for spending your life with me. I wanted to come and talk to you guys, let you guys know where I've been. It's been so long since I've been on YouTube. So right now I'm on an overnight. I just got to the hotel. So before I wind down, take a bath, get comfortable because I have a really long overnight here. I wanted to come and talk to you about where I've been. So first, let me reintroduce myself again. My name is Tiffany. I'm a flight attendant for a major airline that I love. And outside of that, I love showing you things that I love, which is hair, makeup. I do stand-up comedy sometimes on TikTok. I love cooking. And I also take you on the journey with me with fighting stage 4 kidney failure. We're fighting that successfully so far. And I also sometimes take you on a journey with me with being a flight attendant in my flight attendant life. So if you guys want to see all of that, don't forget to subscribe. If you guys want to see what's been going on with me since I've been gone, because it's been 8 minutes. Keep on watching. We're gonna go through everything quick to the point and let you guys know what's been up with your girl. But hey to my old subscribers, hey to my new subscribers, and hey to my TikTok fam, hey Team Tiff. It's just so many names. Hey everybody. And thank you so very much for the emails, messages on my social media platforms, text messages, you know, getting through to me through other people, other ways, Instagram. Thank you so very much for checking up on me. And let's talk about where your girl been. All right, let me get comfortable, Chad, because I got my healthy Starbucks summer berry lemonade. Not today, Satan. Okay, so anyways, where your girl been? The last video I uploaded, I had a tube in my chest. I had a tunnel catheter and I was doing a series of antibiotics, and I wanted to do the antibiotics at home because I wanted to be able to work, because I didn't want to stay in the hospital for like those 14 days. So I was like, he was like, well, get the tunnel catheter and you're able to go home. So I was taking you guys on the journey with me with the nurse coming over, getting blood, checking the catheter, flushing it, doing stuff like that. So the last video you saw, I think I was laying in an awkward position and she was trying to remove the catheter. It was supposed to be a quick, easy experience, but when she came over to remove it, this is after I did all my labs, she came over to remove it and it wouldn't come out. So then she told me to relax, take a deep breath. She tried it again and then it started hurting. So then she was like, let me call my supervisor because it's not supposed to hurt, number one. And number two, it's supposed to really come out like IV. So I'm like, okay, you know, so I laid there for a minute. She told me to just relax. She called her supervisor. Her supervisor was like, hey, try to pull on it one more time. If it doesn't work and it hurts her, stop. And we're just going to have her make an appointment to her doctor to do an outpatient removal. And, you know, just let her doctor know we couldn't take it out at home. So she tried again. And of course, it started hurting. It wouldn't come. It was just like stuck somewhere. So she was like, I know they didn't stitch it up under your skin. Like, but she was like, let me just leave it alone. I don't want to do anything. So let me just leave it alone. So she contacted my doctor, let him know what was going on. And he was like, by the end of the week, we're going to get her labs back because I had to do labs. And he was like, we're going to get her labs back and just tell her to keep flushing it. So just in case, I'll order her some additional antibiotics before we remove it. The tunnel catheter, you know, to still be open and the line to still be open. So that's what we did throughout the week. The rest of the week, I flushed it like I normally do. You know, of course, be very, 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 very sanitized when you're doing it, because you have to be very sanitary. Because they do like drill it in your head about sepsis. They're like, sepsis, 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 sepsis. And so that's why I never got the tunnel catheter or other stuff, because I was afraid of that. And I have one kidney. So I'm like, you know what? I don't know. But he was like, you either gonna get a tunnel catheter or you're gonna have to stay in the hospital for 14 days. I'm like, give me that tunnel catheter. Tunnel catheter on 500 on tunnel catheter. I don't know. You know, Jeopardy. So the end of the week, I flushed the tunnel catheter because again, I'm waiting to get an outpatient appointment and waiting for my labs to come back first. And I went into like a seizure episode. I started shaking uncontrollably. My blood pressure skyrocketed. I started sweating profusely. I got really lightheaded. I got dizzy. I felt weak. My fever went up. I was sweating. I didn't know what was wrong. Like, I had never in my life felt like that. So thank God, my nephew, he lived there, and my sister lived there, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Make a long story short, after I kind of got through that phase, that went on for like 5 minutes. It seemed like it was for eternity. It was so bad. I was just shaking, and I was just calling on Jesus, like, Lord, what's wrong? So then I told my nephew, I was like, hey, when I get better, when I get my bearings, take me to the emergency room ASAP. Like, I don't even want to play with this. I don't know what's wrong. I've never felt like this before. That was scary. So I go to the emergency room because, again, sepsis is in my head. They admitted me immediately. I got a room, and they started giving me antibiotics as if I had sepsis. And then the nurse came in to flush the tonal catheter, but they started different IV. So they didn't use this. They just started IV. And I went into a seizure episode again. And so she was like, yeah, something's wrong. Something's wrong. So, of course, I have a lot of doctors. So one of the 5 doctors that I have was like, hey, do an ultrasound around the area because that's not supposed to be happening. So I did an ultrasound around that area and found out that there were blood clots up and down the tube, like started from here all the way down. So they started me on heparin and blood thinners, and I had to do that for a little bit. I had to stop and then start back. So once they came back a few times after that to make sure that the blood clots had dissolved before they decided to remove the tube. Then they prepped me for tubal removal. I had a doctor and a resident, so I was like really nervous about it because, of course, that's one of the reasons why I never got the tonal catheter, because I was always afraid of infection or something could be wrong. So I was like, look, I don't care how many times you stick me, find an IV. And so I was just like really nervous, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. He was like, listen, the doctor was like, do me a favor, take that, oh my God, put it away for me for another time. He said, I hope there's not another time. He said, but I promise you're not going to need it for this one. He said, we've checked, your x-rays and the blood clots have dissolved. We're going to move it really quickly. So I was like, okay. He said, I promise you it's going to be simple. So he told me to take a deep breath. Once they prepped me, I took a deep breath. Half of it came out, and I was like, oh, that's it? And he was like, no, that's not it. And I'm like, he was like, calm down. He says, just a really long tube. And it was a really long tube for sure. So I took another deep breath. He removed the tube, and that was it. And I was like, oh, that's it? He was like, yeah, I told you, you're not going to need that. Oh, my God. He said, so I told you it's going to be all right. So they kept me for a couple more days. Gave me some antibiotics still. Gave me some more blood thinners and stuff like that. And so I was getting ready to go home, and they were going to, the day was a day for me to, be released, discharged from the hospital, and my blood pressure skyrocketed. And so the doctor was like, wait, like 20 to 45 minutes, go back and take our blood pressure again, because they were like, we don't know if the infection lay dormant. So I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So then, they came back 45 minutes. My blood pressure was still the same. It did not increase. It didn't decrease. It just was like high. So he was like, I'm going to give you a blood pressure pill. He was like, if it does not go down in the next hour or so, he said, we're going to have to, you're going to have to stay here. Now, mind you, I'm on like discharge status. So I'm like, no, because I'm just trying to get back to work. I'm not trying to, lose everything, because I hadn't been working. So he was like, just let's hope that your blood pressure go down, because I mean, if it does not go down, there's an infection somewhere. But it went down, and they waited a couple more hours, and they finally released me. So I was released like around about like 7, 8 o'clock that evening. So that's what happened with the tonal catheters. So when I go in the hospital, they don't even offer to do the tonal catheter anymore. So I had like 2 IVs. The last time I was in the hospital, I had 1 on each hand. And yeah, we're going to talk about that. Next, I moved. So if you remember, I was in a 1-bedroom townhome. It was like 1,100 square feet. And I moved to a 1-bedroom apartment. It's like 800 or something square feet. And I love it. So my nephew came down in 2020 to help me when I got injured, because I couldn't drive and stuff like that. I had to get shots and stuff. and my neck and my back from my injury at work. So then he ended up getting a job. So he was helping me, and then he got hurt. He was injured at work, and so my sister came down to help him help me. So all of us were there in a 1-bedroom, and I was like, you know what? How about we all just stay here until my lease is up, which was in that was like August or something like that. I'm like, when our lease is up, we'll all just get our own place. It don't make no sense for us to move now. So that give everybody time to save money, to, get out on their own. So that's what we did. We all found our own place, and I love the place where I am. It's very close to work. I have multiple ways to get to work. I don't have to go on the highway. It's a brand new build, so I love it because I'm not going in behind anybody. I love it because it's so cute. It's so quaint for me. It's not carpeted. It's wood floors, and I love that. I have amenities because, before when I got the townhome, I didn't really care about the amenities because I was in the crash pad, so I just wanted to get out the crash pad. When I finally got Houston, I know they weren't going to remove me out of Houston and send me to another base because I had gained enough seniority to stay in Houston. So I was like, just get me an apartment. So I didn't really care about the amenities because, again, I do get the amenities on my overnight. Like, I get the amenities like a pool, gym, and all of that if I want that on my overnights. So I loved where I was. The place was amazing. The people were amazing. The staff was amazing. They understood when I was sick. They were very patient with me. So I have no quarrels about me being there, but I just knew it was time for me to move because I wanted amenities. I wanted to invite my friends over. I wanted the balcony. I want to sit outside sometimes. I want to sit outside and eat crabs. I want to go to the pool with my girlfriends. We sit down and drink and chill. Well, I don't drink, but they drink and we chill. And I want to go work out, get a little stronger. So I just wanted amenities, and that's why. So I found a place, and again, it's just amazing. It's so cute. I love it because it's in the cut. It's not like on a main street, and I love it because it's just so quiet. It's just quiet. I love it. I love it. I love it. And they do a lot of things out there. They do like parties, pool parties. Like they had like an Easter egg hunt for the kids, and they're very strict, and I like that. But strict as in not like we're at like on a compound, but strict as in your dog pooping, pick it up, all that partying at the pool. No, ma'am. Like you can party, but there's a limit. Making sure your car is protected, making sure you're not just bringing people parking here. It's just everything. Like it's a new build, so, and they went through like 3 or 4 management teams so far since I moved in last year, which is a lot, but it's not bad in a way where every time somebody comes, they add, like it makes it better. They keep the ground up. They pressure wash my the walk area, like the front doors, like once a month. I love that. They make sure the apartments look clean. Like they make sure your balcony's clean. Like they do not play. They make sure like the trash, the dumpsters aren't overran. Like, because when people had first started moving there, they were like leaving stuff outside the dumpster. And so they addressed that. They addressed the dogs. They addressed a lot of stuff. And I like that. But it's just like as you go. So they said they're like 80% full. So they just threw a party last week. I couldn't go because I was at work. But they threw a party like, hey, guys, let's celebrate with us. We're almost full. And I just love it. So if I wanted to move, they have 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. So if I wanted to upgrade, But anyway, I like the fact that it's brand new and I don't have to move in behind somebody else. Next. So I love where I live. Next. So when my nephew dropped me off to the emergency room, dad was teaching his daughter how to drive in the medical center. And if you know Houston, the medical center in Houston, by Houston Methodist, is like 27 hospitals over there. And then it's like, schools over there. It's just like a lot going on over there. So to teach your daughter how to drive there is crazy. He was teaching her how to drive in that area. Because when my dad taught me how to drive, he took me to a park, lake, when nobody was around, back streets, fields, anything where there's no trees, nothing where I can just stop. Like he made sure that there was nothing around. But this dad decided to have her drive in the rain, and she ran the red light and she hit my car. So when she hit my car, I was in the hospital. I didn't know. And my mom didn't tell me until I came home because she was so worried with the tube being, attached to my heart and all of that. So she didn't want to stress me out. So when I got home, I found out that my car was in the shop and it had been an accident. Her insurance company was like a fly-by-night insurance company. I have State Farm. So, of course, they were trying to dispute it. Oh, no. And she wasn't supposed to be driving in the first place. That's the only thing that let them slide. But they were trying to make it so hard for them to start the process to go look at the car, see what was wrong. Could they repair it? All of this. The guy was like, oh, yeah. The guy, her dad was like, well, I have a repair shop. Like, he has a body shop. He was like, well, just bring and have your insurance company bring your car here and we'll get all the parts and we'll fix your car here. And I'm like, first of all, that's crazy. Why would I reward your daughter for wrecking my car? So if she gets to wreck my car, you're going to fix her car for free, but you want me to get the insurance, my insurance company to pay you to fix something your daughter did? No, I don't think so. So when he realized that I wasn't going to do that, of course, he tried to dispute it, but they nipped that in the bud. But while they were trying to dispute it, I had to go back and forth to the hospital, treatments and stuff like that, trying to go to work. So my insurance company was like, hey, State Farm was like, hey, let's just get this process started. We'll go and get them later. We'll go and just deal with them later. So I'm like, okay. Got a rental, and it took them a minute to determine or deem the car totaled. Yes, my paid off car, she totaled it. Because at the beginning, again, like I said before, they were trying to dispute it at first. And so I was trying to wait for them to do right. And then when I would call their insurance company, they would give me the runaround, and I was like, I'm over it. So then State Farm was, like I said, was like, we're going to jump on it. And so it took them a minute, about a week or two, probably 2 weeks to deem it, total. So they gave me options. They was like, hey, we can pay, we can give you what it's worth because it's paid off. And then, or you can buy it from us, but you'll have salvage on your title. So I was like stressed out because I just got a hospital. I did not want a car note. The purpose of me paying my car off, like when everybody got the stimulus, I didn't go shopping. I paid my car off. And so I wanted to I just didn't want to have all those bills because I always think about me being sick is always something that's at like a forefront. Like if anything happens, I need to make sure that I'm able to do what I need to do. That's why I always keep good jobs. So I was really upset about that. I'm glad nobody got hurt, but I was really upset because, like I said, I paid the car off, so I didn't have to go through, okay, you got rent, car note, insurance. Like I didn't want to have all those bills. I wanted to have my inexpensive insurance and they have my rent and everything else is small. Well, they deemed it totaled. They gave me a couple of days to think about if I wanted to buy it back. So when I went to go look at it, the mechanic came out and he was talking to me. He was like, look, he said, we can fix it. He said, but you don't know if it's something behind the scenes, like we may not see. Like you don't want to have to keep fixing this later on down the line. And I didn't even want to have a title that said salvage in the first place. So I waited a day or two and I thought about it and I was like, you know what, let me just get another car. So I tried to find a cash car and could not find it. Could not find one. A lot of cars were like flood cars, lemons. I was running the background. They were salvage cars. They were trying to get over. It was just a lot going on. Like it was a lot going on. And I was like, you know what, let me just go to a car lot and get a car. So if you want to know about that experience, I'll let you know. And I do a story, well, not a story time, but I can tell you about my experience. But I found a car. The process was easy, quick to the point, and I got a car. And I love it. It's a cutie. It's cute. I should got a truck because I was going to get a BMW truck, but they recalled a lot of BMWs. They recalled a lot of them when I was looking at them. So I was like, my friend was like, girl, don't get a BMW, I'm telling you. So I was like, you know what, never mind. So I got another Mercedes, and it's crazy because I didn't find out about auction cars until I got my car. But I love my car still. I do have a car note. I'm not happy about that. But, yeah. The last thing is I was working a trip. I came home, went to the grocery store to get things to go on my next trip because I had a trip right back to back. and there was water on the floor, and I fell. And of course, I have a tube in my back, and I fell so hard, the tube lodged through my kidney and spiraled, and my kidney started bleeding profusely. I had to have emergency surgery. So this year alone, I've had 2 surgeries, and I'm gonna have to have another one. So I've been dealing with that. I can't say too much about it, but that's what happened. And yeah, so I know it seems like a lot has happened. Like, wow, something's always happening. But y'all know me, I'm a fighter. But right now I'm just dealing with the repercussions of me falling. Repercussions may not even be the right word, but you know what I'm saying. The effects of me falling. So I'm just trying to get back, trying to monitor my kidney, because I'm already in kidney failure. So they're trying to monitor to make sure, you know, like the fall did cause some damage. They're just trying to see how much damage it caused. So that's what we're doing. And that's all that's been going on with me. But on a serious note, I was, and sometimes, but really the last, was like starting in December, I went through depression. And I never really gave depression life. Like I never wanted to breathe life into it. But I actually went through depression. It was so stressful because here I am, I have a job. Like these are the things that I was going through. I have a good job that pays my bills. I can work to pay my bills because the job pays enough to pay my bills. But I can't go to work. I keep having surgery. I fell in the store. Now I have a car note. My car is totaled. Now my insurance is increased. Even though it wasn't my fault, my insurance increased because I have a newer model car. Then I have these treatments I have to do. I have to do them at home. I have to do them on overnights. I got to buy a lot of supplies. So it was just, and it was like, you know, I'm trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. And I'm trying to, you know, get this company to understand, that company to understand, this company to understand, that. Could you please wait a minute? Then when they give me an extension, I got to pay all the late fees. And then I can't work it. I'm trying to work it. Then I do get some money. I can't really do anything because I have to buy supplies. I got to get the tubes. If I don't get the tubes, then I get an infection. So it was so much. And then I have blackout curtains in my room. So me having blackout curtains didn't help because the room is dark and I'm going through dark things. So then I would get on like TikTok and try to take my mind off of it and make people laugh and do stand-up comedy. But then when I get off TikTok, all the problems just overwhelm me and I cry and I'm always crying. I'm like, this is not healthy. Like I'm getting on here making people laugh, but when I get off, I'm crying. It's not healthy. And then I had to go to work one time and I had to talk to a supervisor about something. She had to help me fill out some paperwork, you know, with me being sick because I had to get up for my lady to make sure I didn't get points so I didn't get in trouble. And when I was talking to her, she was like, you know, because she's new. She's a new manager. So the other manager knew me, but she's new. And I told her what was going on. And she was like, and before I knew it, I broke down. Like I broke down. That was the first time I really broke. Like really just like let it all out. And she was like, oh my God, Tiffany, I didn't know you were going through that. Like you come here, you all dressed up. You look so happy. Everybody knows you. You talk to everybody. You be well put together. Your makeup be on. Your hair be done. I would have never known you go through this behind closed doors. And she was just like, you know, we're here to support you. And, you know, we have these programs with airline that can, you know, that you could talk to people. We're always here. Please, 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 you know, don't give up. Keep fighting. I didn't know you were going through, like, she was like, you really hide it well. And so she helped me a lot, like really just release a lot of the you know, what I was going through. But then, you know, when you get home, the bills won't stop coming. And then I got my car, and then they were like, I got behind in my car, then I'm trying to catch up on my car, then I'm trying to pay my rent, then I couldn't pay it on time, and then my credit taking a hit, and it was like everything was just so overwhelming for me. And then there were times like I would go quiet, and there were times like I would go so quiet, like I wouldn't even talk to my parents, like because I would just get up, take a bath, eat a soup cup, wash my face, brush my teeth, and get back in the bed all day long and just cry and just lay there. Because, you know, there are times I be laying there like, Lord, I got to go to this office and talk to these people again. Will they wait? Oh, Lord, if they do wait, there's another bunch of, you know, late fees that I really don't need to be paying late fees because I need to keep the money to get my medical supplies. So, and thank God there were sometimes I would go to the doctor and he would have like samples and he'd give me some of the samples of some of the tubes that I use. And then it was a lot. And then I went through the process of finding out who my friends are, who weren't my friends. Like, when you really go, that saying of when you go through something deep and dark in your life, you find out who your true friends are. That is the truth. Trust me. So I was going through a lot. And so I would get quiet. And so my mom was like, why you get quiet? I'm like, when I get quiet and I don't talk to you for a day or two, it's not that I'm being mean or I'm being standoffish or I got an attitude with you. That means something has happened. The doctor has either told me something different, my kidney percentage has dropped, or I got to do a different type of treatment, and now I got to go buy new tubes because I need to have the tubes. I can't be without the tubes, and then I don't have the money for the tubes, or the tubes I just bought, I can't return the other tubes because if I'm a medical supply store, it's something, or I got to do something more than usual, and I'm already trying to work. So it's like I'm trying to process another burden he laid on me, and then I don't feel pretty. I got a tube in my back. I don't feel pretty. I want to, just enjoy life. I just want to go to work. I have a job, and I can't even go to work. And then I have a car, and I had my car was paid off, and then I was total. Everything just like, it's like I took 5 steps forward and got pushed 20 steps back, and it was like so much going on, and yeah. So I'm still playing catch up. Last month, I was off half the month, and then I worked from the 15th to the rest of the month. So I'm trying to hurry up and work, make hours. So of course I'm still not catching up because I'm not making the checks that I normally would make if I work a lot. So if I work a full month. So this month I'm trying to work a full month so that I can see my way, like start seeing my way, like saving money, just get back on my feet. So, yeah, and I've been doing good. My kid has been doing good. No bleeding. Just really been doing what the doctor's telling me to do. I have to do some extra stuff that I didn't have to do, more stuff. But it is what it is. I'm a fighter. I'm not going to give up. But the most important thing is I'm happy to be back to work. I'm happy to do what I love. I love being a flight attendant. I love taking care of people. I love, I feel like me taking care of people is, especially being a flight attendant, is like my way of giving back for all the times that nurses and doctors took care of me. And speaking of that, shout out to Houston Methodist Hospital, to the doctors, the nurses, the techs, the housekeeper, the food service worker, the transportation, anybody who I came in, CNAs, anybody I came in contact with, people who did my x-rays, anybody I came in contact with, people who came and got my V's, the people in the emergency room, anybody I came in contact with at Houston Methodist Hospital, I have so much love for you. Thank you so much for always making sure I get to walk out that hospital and that I'm not leaving, somebody slow walking and singing sad songs, So shout out to Houston Methodist, but I'm trying to get back on my feet, get back to my regular schedule program, get back where I used to be financially, like I used to be able to go to the store and get stuff I like, because I have like Sephora gift cards and I have Ulta gift cards, and it's crazy because I got those like during Christmas and I got those for my birthday because people know I love makeup and stuff. And so I haven't even been feeling beautiful. Like I haven't even been feeling pretty, feeling, happy with myself. I just put on makeup because I'm going to make sure I look good to go to work. But then I have to put my game face on, but they're all in my wallet and they're just sitting there. And I'm just like, I really need to go, to Sephora. But I just don't want to go to Sephora. And then I got to pinch pennies because I'm like, okay, I only got this much on the card, so I got to find some this much and I'm so used to just going to Sephora and use a gift card and put some extra with it and pay the difference. And I'm like, no, I can't do that now. I got to buy supplies. And it's just, it was a lot. But I'm working my way back up and things are going to get back to where they used to be. It's just going to take some time. I give myself the rest of this year without being in the hospital and getting sick. I will be back to, not back 100%, but at least 75 to 80% back to, as in not struggling or, being able to take care of whatever I got to take care of. And if I start, getting my way back and these treatments are working great like they've been working, then I'm going to try to work extra so I can pay my car off because it wasn't a good feeling looking at my daughter make sure they didn't come and get my car that I had just got because I'm trying to pay it and I don't have it. I'm trying to wait and they trying. So I'm just so happy to be back to work. Work brings me so much peace. But that's what's been going on with me. Like I said, right now I'm in Sarasota. I go home tomorrow. I'm on an A4 day. Yes, you heard that, a 4-day. I don't even do 4 days. I don't do 4 days. like girl, we heard you the first time. I don't do 4 days, but this 4-day was so appealing. It wasn't bad at all. And it makes me want to do 4 days more often because the trips are kind of built good. Because there's another 4-day at the end of the month. And so I'm thinking about picking that up. And it's just, I want the hours because it's worth almost 30 hours. So it should be like about 30 hours, about 29 something, about 30 hours. So, and then I've been getting delayed. So I get all that ground time. So that's adding on to my delay. Then we have extra time because, sometimes we can't land. So we got to circle and stuff like that. So we have that overfly. So we have that. So I'm in Sarasota. I don't leave out until tomorrow afternoon, like late afternoon, and then it's go home day. And it's been a really good trip. I've flown. I'm in the D position, so I'm a floater. I don't like being the D, but I'm glad that I was a D on this trip because I haven't had to go to the hotel by myself since I'm a PM flyer. Like I've been with your crew every time. Now we may not go out the next morning, the next day at the same time, but at least I'm coming to the hotel with my crew. And that's another reason why I don't like flying D, because I like flying PMs, but I don't like, as a woman, being out here by myself. I know nothing, God is my protector, but still, so I don't fly D at all. But this trip was really, really good. And the next trip I saw coming up at the end of the month is a D trip. So we'll see how I feel, see if I'm going to keep it. We'll see if I'm going to pick it up. And overall, y'all, that's what's going on. So thank you guys for being so patient with me. And hopefully this answers all your questions. And if there's anything I want to insert in here, some pictures, photos, or something, I will. But I just want to tell you guys, what was going on and let you guys know that I want to come back to YouTube. I want to come back and just do what I love, showing you guys reviews and doing my hair and doing makeup and cooking and laughing and talking. So I want to get back to that. And I think if I get back to things that I was doing before I started getting really sick, especially before I fell, it will continue to push me to keep pushing. So, you got to motivate yourself. And so I want to try to start working out and, gaining muscle and stuff like that. So since I have a gym and we had a pool, I want to sit by the pool and, we get to sit outside, eat some crabs sometimes. So I want to get back to that. But anyway, if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comment section. Tell me what you guys been up to. And I think the first video I'll be uploading after this one is favorites. I haven't been around for so long, so I want to come and do my favorites because every time I go on TikTok and do favorites and stuff like that, people are like, what is that? What is that you put it on? So I want to do favorites and show you guys what I've been loving since I've been gone, because you got to get it. You have to get these things. But overall, you guys, I'm about to take these clothes off because it's not even late. I think we got in around it got to be like about 11 something. Anyway, about to take these clothes off, get comfortable, and take this makeup off, wrap my hair. I plugged up all my electronic devices, and yeah, and I love this hotel. This hotel is so nice. I love it. It has a microwave and a refrigerator. Did y'all hear what I said? It has a refrigerator and a microwave. Yay! So anyway, you guys have a wonderful night, and hopefully I'll see you guys on a future video. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so very, very, very much for spending your life with me. Bye.